Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Sorry, guys, my voice. Oh my God. I woke up this morning with my voice like, I think I've been going through this off and on, and I know why. That's why we're talking about today. Stress. So, you know when you're under the stress. You know when you're all over in head, like your everything you're looking at is creating this stressful situation, right? Okay, so sometimes you have to keep talking to yourself about this, right? By the way, before I go any further, I'm going to give you love. I welcome you in the love of God. And I thank you so much for following me and sharing my posts. Today, let's talk about stress. Is there something that is stress-free? Is there something that we can sit around and say, we live in a stress-free world? Can you adopt a stress-free lifestyle? Is this something you can think about and then practice so that your life can be stress-free? So all these questions I'm asking, do you think you can begin today to see how you can manipulate your mind? I say manipulate because it's all on you, right? And you can do it. Our mind plays game on us, and it's of us to manipulate our mind. You have to be very intentional about it. So come on in here and share this as you come in today. Let's talk about this. Again, I apologize for my voice. I'm going to choose some cold, and I'm drinking my lemon with honey, hot tea. So stress-free lifestyle is very possible. It's actually something that you can adopt, and then it doesn't mean that you don't gonna have stress. It means that you're going to go through stress and come out of it perfectly okay without having to be all worked up. Most times people don't know how to handle their situations. Most times we work ourselves up based on our thinking, based on how we see this world. So let me take you on a journey, on a little journey, on how hopefully you can pick one or two things from here that you can be able to know. I remember when I was about to have kids, having children used to be like this big deal. So I was a teenager. I keep saying, oh my God, in back home in Africa, in Nigeria, people that give birth, they end up losing their life from childbirth. So when I came to this country, when I was going to get married, I was so scared. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I know that if you go, people just lose their life to try to have a baby. But I asked myself, I said, how did I make it into this world? How is all these people living, able to live it? So one thing I want to encourage you is that no matter what you're going through, somebody have gone through it and survived it. If it's an encouragement, take it. If it's something to make you go back in and bring back that energy and say, I can make it, you need to be able to take something in on this. Hi, Purity, how are you? Hey, sisters, how are you? Nick, how are you? So stress-free. Stress is part of our life. It's how you handle it. How you let it wear you down. How you allow the stress of this world to get down on you. So I want to take you on a journey on how, maybe hopefully you can hear one or two things you can use that will help you. I'll make a note again so I can stay on track. Now, stress itself is not always negative. It's not. It's us that create that negative feelings towards stress. In a basic form, it is built-in psychological response that is triggered in an emergency situation when we believe we are facing a threat or danger, whether real or perceived. I say real or perceived. I'm going to tell you guys a story about when I say perceived, because you can actually perceive danger and drive yourself crazy about it. So when you feel like you're facing a real life situation, that can be an emergency. It could be real or perceived. Or during times when you experience heightened expectations to performance regarding a particular task, whether that expectation is self-generated or comes from an outside source. So stress is either real or not real. Like, it's when you perceive something like you are in emergency. You know, some people are like hurrying about everything. They have to get this done. This have to get, if I don't get it done, this is going to happen. That's when you drive yourself. So some stress are perceived. It's like self-inflicted. I'm sorry to say this, and most of you are trying to hear something different. No, some stress are self-inflicted. That means you are perceiving something, or your expectation is going wild. So you're self-generating this issue that is triggering out this negative energy within, and that energy begins to drive you. So in a temporary form, stress can help you function quickly under pressure and motivate you to give your best outside of yourself. There are people that can, if there's no stress, they don't perform. There are people like, if you don't heighten them up or hurry them, they're not going to perform. So when you're looking at stress today, I want you to look at it so differently. And I know we are in a stressful world, but you can adopt a stress-free lifestyle. When people see you, they're like, okay, are you feeling anything? Because you don't feel it. Trust me, you don't. Because whenever you see someone that living a stress-free life, you could tell from their look, from how they manage themselves, how they take care of situation. There are people that don't know how to do that. But let me tell you something. This world is full of stress. The idea, the goal, the quest, your job is to find strategies you can adopt to help you live a stress-free lifestyle. Oh my God, it's very possible. Now let's continue with this journey. It can be extremely harmful to you if you prolong your stress or your reaction to stress. It could be extremely harmful to you, not to somebody else, not to your neighbor, not to your family, not to the people causing you stress. It's you. If you prolong your reaction or the effects of your stress, is going to be harmful. So today, I want your body, your mind, and your emotions for you to design it so you can be able to live a perpetual life through an emergency. I want you to design. I say design. I didn't say go fake it. I didn't say go sit down and pray. You have already, we don't pray now. We're not talking about prayer right now. That prayer, we have prayed enough. We want action behind the prayer. Because any action behind anything you perceive, that's where your faith is leading you. That's where the miracle is. So I'm not here to tell you about go and pray about it. I'm here to tell you about do something about it. Because don't call God in this one. God is constantly working. God does not sleep. God is always watching us, always doing something for us. So today we are talking about how you can adopt some strategies to help you live a stress-free lifestyle. Every time I say I wish people can be like me, I just wish people can understand. It's not easy. It's not, I'm not going to sit down here and tell you it's easy. If I do that, I'll be lying. And me, I will not lie to you. I will not lie to you. I'm going to tell you some stories so you can understand what I'm talking about. I'll not lie to you. Stress is part of my life. As a matter of fact, I don't even know how I'm going to live if it's quiet. If there's no chaos, if there's nothing, everything just working fine, I'm going to say, it's about to hit. Stress is part of life. Some people enjoy it. Some people have done so well. But I want to show you that you can create those stress to yourself. And that's why I do this in form of stories. So I'm going to tell those stories. Because most of us do create this stress for ourselves. We're still blaming everybody. It's your thinking, your perception. Everything I keep pointing to my head because this is where you formulate everything. You sit down on your own and be formulating problem on your own. No, you do not want to verify. You don't want to check anything. It's not even your business. It doesn't even concern you. But you're busy in this your head. You're supposed to be using to think about the next flight you want to take out of town, or how you can be able to go and drink margaritas, or how you can go and enjoy yourself. You sit down and be formulating stress on your own. Maybe somebody somewhere you have lost their life. You carry yourself and be thinking about it. You think about everybody. Me, I have this 2024. It was so different for me. It wasn't like last year. Because people don't understand. Stress can take you out just like this. Go and Google it. The effects, the damaging, harmful effect of stress. Stress does not warn you. It will take you out. So you taking this way to adopt a stress-free lifestyle is for your own benefits, for your own good. People around you are going to be looking, can you guys say I was sick all day today? No. Because why? You have to know how to live this stress-free lifestyle. Because something that will help you. So, if you surrender continuously to stress, it will enslave you. If you surrender continuously to slave, it will enslave you. Whatever people constantly tolerate, that's that word, that magic word. You tolerate it. Whatever people constantly tolerate or consent to become their norm, whatever you constantly tolerate or give consent to becomes your norm. This is why if you give into anxiety or fear, is your life. It will begin to define you. If you give into anxiety or fear, it will become your life and begin to define you. This is the point where stress is not just something you experience from time to time in certain circumstances, but now you have made it and developed the stress into something that has taken a hold of you. That's why some people constantly stay in stressful situation. When this occurs, you are dealing with a spiritual factor now. Now we are going into your spiritual avenue. I told you not to call God on this one. God is constantly working. That burden you're carrying, God will have already relieved it for you. But you are so stubborn to go follow the path you're supposed to follow. You carry it and you're constantly calling God. You're calling him. You're calling him. I didn't say don't call him. But when you're creating some things for yourself, you can take care of it. You can evaluate things and find out what you're doing and begin to take a different direction. Many people don't recognize the spiritual elements of their stress. And that is why they remain in a stressful state. And it has a grip on you. You're not recognizing. Everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Because there's a spirit that you begin to build. That's why they have the spirit of Jezebel, spirit of wickedness, spirit of envy. So when you build this spirit, you have harbored it. You have created it. You're supposed to pass through it. You get stuck and stay there. So there are two types of stress you can go through. So this was going to give you. So identify the one you're going through right now, how you can take care of it. For the purpose of this, we are going to define stress two ways. Natural stress and spiritual stress. Again, it's getting good now. Natural stress remains largely in the physical, emotional, and mental state. Although spiritual elements can influence it, natural stress can produce physical symptoms such as headache. My neck is hurting me. My shoulder. I can't feel it. I'm numb. That's what the natural stress is creating. Your shoulder tension, back pain, fatigue, stomach problems, and sleeplessness. It can also produce emotional and mental symptoms such as anxiety, fear, sadness, impatience, anger, irritable, trouble, your troublemaker, concentration. Most troublemakers are under stress. Most troublemakers are under stress. And you have memory loss. You can't remember anything. Tomorrow, you don't know what happened yesterday. Because your brain is so fatigued and you're so fagged up with nonsense. You don't remember anything. So you go through all this turmoil and the negative thoughts. Somebody cough, you say they're talking about you. You come back, anything you try to grab something, you're fighting the people. That's all the way you get from stress. So although you might temporarily feel stress when you're placed in a new situation or are challenged to meet a high expectations, in many cases, stress manifests as a result of upsetting situation that you expose yourself over time. Some of you don't know how to set your boundaries. You don't. You let people just walk all over you. People leave their home, make a decision. They'll come and dump it on your head. You start suffering it. It didn't happen to a lot of people in diaspora. You over here, think about your brother's children. Your this, that. And over there, enjoy. Some of them that are living stress-free life, you over here stressing for them. That's why you say a lot of people dropping. So natural stress to me, is the most dangerous. But let's look at spiritual stress. When stress is a natural stage, an individual has the ability to learn to manage and control it. Hey, it's getting good right now. However, when you have a spiritual stress, when you're in a spiritual stress stage, most people are Obanje confirmed. I know a lot of them. I have a family member that's confirmed Obanje. Tomorrow, she's up. The next day, she's down. She's driving herself crazy. That's a spiritual issue that only her can cure. I'm serious. So this spiritual stress, it's like a natural stage. An individual has the ability to learn and manage and control it. However, when you enter this spiritual stage, it cannot be controlled using natural method. See how deliverance go, right? Now you see why pastors are making money. You see why churches are making money? Because now we have entered a stage that we can easily do research on to get ourselves into it. Some people, when you donate them to the church, they still will not be cured. I have a family member that if I donate her to church, she's still not going to be cured. That is the conclusion by me. And I have determined that it's going to happen. But some people have parents that if you donate to church, there's not going to be cured. That's that spiritual stress. The significant spiritual issue must be addressed. You cannot cover this up. You see, this spirituality we're talking about, whenever you see people, Obanjes, they have Obanje. You know, in the days, back in the days, they say people are Obanje. Oh, they're acting up. They're Obanje. They're bipolar. They're this. They are this. That is cuckoo. It's a mental state. And it needs to be addressed. With spiritual stress, there are several types of controlling. Several types of things controlling it. Yokes that manifest such as jealousy. Now, you all know where I'm going now, right? I told you we're going to get good. You didn't know jealousy is a spiritual stress? Imagine being jealous of somebody. Just think about it. The person cough, you're upset. The person carry a cup, you gotta carry your own. You are dramatizing your life all over the place because you want to beat that person. You are going through a spiritual turmoil. That spiritual stress, jealousy, envy, anger, depression, fear. That is an example of spiritual stress. Because people that go through this, you see them, you yourself will feel, they won't even know what is eating them up. That's why I say it must be addressed. You see, when you go through natural stress, it's something you can make it up. You can create it by yourself. But this spiritual stress that people go through, they need to address it. If you don't address it, is going to eat you up. Ekenechuku, how are you? Thank you for watching. No. Africa have Ogbanje. Ogbanje they're talking about is envy, depression, anger, anxiety. It's all those combined as a name for it. We call it Ogbanje. That's a spiritual stress. Somebody that sit down and be making somebody else their life projects. And you're jealousy somebody that you know you can never do anything to stop. Because first of all, you're not God. You know quite well that you jealousing somebody cannot stop them. You know quite well. Come on now. You know quite well that you envying somebody cannot stop them. You know quite well that you're angry at somebody for shining cannot stop them. You know that you are jealous will not stop you. So you decided to create this stress in your head because now you have taken it a quest and it can be dangerous to your health. You're trying to control something that only God can control. You don't decide who wins or who loses. So you're suffering spiritual stress. The typical Ogbanje of our time. Igbo people think they don't even want to have Ogbanje. Ogbanje is envy, jealousy. People that have this combination, sometimes they are bipolar. Because they go left, they go right. You know people like that. They are unstable emotionally. The worst part is that they are the one creating it for themselves. They are creating it for themselves. Because spiritual stress, you can nip it if you begin to seek deliverance. That deliverance church might not help you. I'm not trying to go to church. Pastors might not cure it. You just have to understand that you don't have control over anything but yourself. Once you pack this in your head, you will live a stress-free life. If you understand that when people cough, they're not talking about you. That people are going to shine, whether you like it or not. That you can never do things like somebody else is doing it. You stop comparing. You stay in your lane and run your race. You're going to be able to take care of this spiritual stress we're talking about. This is very dangerous and it must be addressed. Now, adopting a strategy for a stress-free life is to understand how to be grateful. Appreciate where you are. When you see what somebody is doing good, see how you can learn a better way to change. Because you can achieve anything you want. When you understand that you have the power, because God has given you this thing that you can take, you will leave people alone. So this spiritual stress is something that controls people. It's like a yoke that needs to be broken. You might need help. That means you need a psychological help. You need a counselor. You need to talk to a friend. You need to confess. Sometimes confession helps. Most people know how they cure their spiritual stress. They block you. They block you. It's like they come on Facebook, your pictures everywhere. Yeah, you're always happy, jumping up and down. They block you. Because some people cannot stand it. The issue is that when they keep doing that, it doesn't take care of the problem. You need to cure yourself. So there are several times. For example, when a person crosses over from feeling under the pressure regarding a situation to living in a state of depression, they become imprisoned by their despair. And you become imprisoned by people being happy. You become imprisoned by seeing things that are happening and the world is moving. The yoke of stress shapes or molds you into certain ways of thinking. The yoke of stress shapes and molds you into certain way of thinking. That's why I tell you, you have your type. It's not everybody that's supposed to say something around you, you react. It's not everybody. Everybody cannot have the privilege to get your attention. Everybody cannot. Because you live in a different world. If you live your life like this, you can control a little bit of that. Everybody doesn't have the privilege to be in your midst, to get your attention, to get your reaction. Some people, you look at them, you keep going. Because they don't have the understanding that there is this big creator, there's the mover and shaker, there is this omnipotent, there is this God that is over, controlling everything. And that God can take their hand and twist it out. If they try to put their hand on you, that God is going to make them go crazy because they are trying to tamper with your process. Try to tamper with what God is doing. So that God I'm talking about is able to do above and beyond what you can ever imagine. That God, the people that are jealous of you are underestimating him. God, he doesn't take permission from anybody. God just blesses and moves. But some people are creating this spiritual stress, anxiety, depression, fear, envy, jealousy, backstabbing. All this is what people are creating to deal with themselves. Obanjes, these people that have anger issue, all the jealousy people, all the people that cannot see happiness and smile, all the people that see good things, they talk about it, all the gossipers, you are all suffering from spiritual stress. And your cure, oh my God, I don't even know where to begin to cure you. You have to understand, you don't have any control over anybody but yourself. When you make peace with that, your life will be so better. That if somebody smile and you're upset, does not stop them from smiling. That if God is packaged a blessing that is driving to somebody's driveway and you get upset and get jealous and you want to throw stone at that person, you go carry all that charcoal in this world and pour of that person. God is still going to pull up in their driveway with their blessing. God is still going to bless them. If you like, carry them, go to your market and gossip as much as you want. You can carry them and go to hell. It does not matter. Whatever you want to do doesn't matter. You just need to let it go and enjoy yourself in your lane. You cannot. That's why you see people so stressed out. Nothing. You think it's your job. I've talked about natural stress. I'm talking about spiritual one right now. The spiritual one, you don't need a doctor. You just need to know that you belong in a certain level. Most people are suffering it. It's even worse in family members. I'm serious. You see somebody that God has blessed, that God has their hand all over them. You know there's something different about this person. But you want to worry yourself to death because you want to do something to shame them, to take away their joy. How possible is that? Who gave you the power? That's why you're causing yourself. So to adopt this stress-free lifestyle, you don't have to know where your limitations are. Come on now. Even your own children, you can advise them. And when they start growing, you cannot control them. So when you give up control, you begin to cure yourself of certain level of spiritual stress. You know someone that's suffering it. Tell them that Dr. Hope gave it a name. It's a spiritual stress. It's Obanje Pro Max. Deliverance. You can donate them to church. It will not help them. They're going to have to make up their mind to be happy for people, to stop fighting, to stop this like crab mentality. Let me pull you down and climb on top of you. Let me climb, I can do more than you. Oh, you just bought a Sequoia. Let me go and buy BMW. Oh my God, you just moved to a new house. Let me go live on my own. Look at the dress you're wearing. I'll go and sew my own. When you stop all that, that's what spiritual stress is. Most people suffer it. And they suffer it with reckless abandon. They don't even understand. So when we're talking about that, I'm going to read that again. I talked about natural stress. I'm going to talk about the spiritual. That's what we are on. This is where the topic is dunked. Because when I say that you need to learn how to live a stress-free lifestyle, that means you need to adopt certain strategies, certain things you need to say. I'm going to get up in the morning, I'll keep doing it. I ask about ritual. People don't understand what ritual is. You don't have a ritual, have one. Have certain things you need to be doing constantly to keep your sanity. If somebody drive a car past and you're upset about it, you need a cure. You are not going to be able to help you. Before you know it, you have blinded your mind. You pick up your phone. You're calling everybody around you. Did you see what she's wearing? Did you see what she did? Oh my God, she did this stuff. Did you see what she did? And you keep driving yourself crazy. You cannot stop it. You're not God. God will never give human beings such power. If you have a lock and say something and it happened, it doesn't mean you have power. The only way it's going to work if somebody do something to you. Anybody that didn't do anything to you, that is free, and they can't do anything to you, you cannot stop them. And most of you know who God has their hand on, and you're still trying. That means you're going against the wind. So that's stressful. So you have the yoke of this spiritual stress will shape you and mold you into a way of thinking. People think they are going through spiritual stress. There are somebody that will see the same thing you're seeing. The story behind it will be different. There are people, somebody will just pass now. I might say, oh my God, she's so beautiful. You say, look at what she's wearing. That is two different perspectives of the same thing you're seeing. So their thinking has been shaped and manipulated based on their spiritual obanje happening with them. Does that make sense? So when you see people, you have to understand. That's why people struggle. Initially, before I started, I told you that some of this stress is a perception that you put on yourself. Some of this stress is what you eat. It's like self-inflicted. You're doing it. And these are the ways you create it for you. Because you can't see people happy. You can't even see. You want to talk about everything everybody is doing. Anything that somebody did, you want to create a negative notation around it. Because you're going through spiritual stress. So this yoke will shape you. So when you live in depression, you have no expectations of anything good. And you cannot see a way out of your problems. Even at times when you are challenged, you are relatively easily overcome. You give up. And you just give up. And when you give up, you blame everything around you but yourself. You are going through a lot of spiritual stress. Most of the stress that you're overcoming, you cannot release yourself from that thinking. You cannot release yourself to see that another person is advancing more than you. You cannot release yourself to see that maybe you are no longer popular. You are no longer preferred. You are no longer the most admired. You begin to create turmoil within yourself that is going to end up driving you nuts. And those worked up all kinds of stress, negative energy. And you have all this energy flying inside of you for something that you should release yourself from because you don't have any control. If you are in a state of advanced stress, but do not understand what has you bound to it, you will not recognize what is being oppressed you from the outside forces, and not in your own world. It's a struggle. You have to let go. Only the power of God can free you from such traumatic influence. You have to surrender. You have to surrender. Surrender. The Bible teaches us, do not give the devil a foothold. This is in Ephesians 4:27. When you allow the devil to gain a foothold to your life through a prolonged period of time or prolonged period of stress, in which you hold on to something that you should release, fear, anger, anxiety, hopelessness, you become oppressed. And when you're oppressed, you want to go and oppress somebody. The oppress, go and oppress somebody. That's why they say the hurts somebody else. You can be assured that no matter what type of yoke comes upon you through stress, God has more than enough power to break it. Oh my God, yes. God can remove every burden you have. He can take it away. Just confess, I have this spirit of jealousy and envy. I need to do something about it. God will take care of it. Remember, God has already defeated devil. Jesus Christ has already defeated devil. He wants to set you free, and you can learn to live continually in God's victory. So to manage and defeat stress, it is not of God's will for you to live in a stressed, depressed, and verge of collapse. It's not God's will. Once that starts happening, you have left God's area. That's why I say if you donate yourself in church and you're still going through this, in the morning you go to church and you're acting the way. Sunday you're first in church, you're singing, you are worshiping, and you come out of church, you're still going through these things. It's not of God. If you're going through something right now and you feel like you can keep holding on to it and keep whining and complaining, you need to do something about it. It's not of God. So we need to be set free. And you need to begin to trust the one who rules heaven and earth and can help you out of your circumstances. So if you recognize that you have some symptoms of oppressive stress, then you need to help. You need the help of Jesus. You need Jesus. You need Jesus in your life. You need Jesus. You need Jesus. You have to say, Jesus, take control. Jesus, take the wheel. You just must well say it. Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel. I am tired. I tell you guys, that's how I called God. I said, God, I'm tired though. Your daughter is tired. God said, okay, here I am. You're going to let me. And in my mind, like, what have you been doing all this time? So tell Jesus to take the wheel. Take the wheel. Take the wheel. You need the help of Jesus and the power of the God's Holy Spirit. So I'm trying to tell you that you can allow that to happen. I want you to pray. That's the prayer I'm going to share with you later on. Because if you declare in your faith that you can adopt a stress-free lifestyle, you can begin to change your peace. You can begin to feel this peace. Your sadness will turn to joy, and your despair will turn to hope. You will stop backstabbing people. You will not stop competing. I did this more than this person. I did this for them. I carried them to this place. You start competing, comparing, always trying to dismiss everybody's work. You're going to receive joy. And when you receive that joy, that will hold you ultimately for life. Spiritual stress, aka obanje, aka enviness, anxiety, fear, jealousy, hate, anger, depression, That's the yoke that God needs to break. The natural stress is the one that you need to understand. It might not go away. You need to adapt to it and don't hold it on to prolonged. Natural stress is you changing your perception. You have to go through to come up and win. So you go into natural stress that you're not allowing yourself to go through. So what is the cause of this stress we're talking about? What causes your stress? What causes your stress? You know you have a long list. You won't list about economy, and the food is expensive, the government, the dollar exchange, I can't get food, my job, I don't like my supervisor. Oh, I don't like this person. Oh, this is this person. Oh, I have this supervisor, she drives me crazy. Oh, my manager said this to me. My job, people that I work with, they can't do this thing. Your list can be on and on and on. At the end of the day, change your perception. Those people cannot change. You need to change. So what is the greatest stress factor in your life? To know how to deal with your stress, you must identify the causes and the triggers. You have to identify. You cannot take care of something you cannot identify. So in other words, something is happening, analyze it, tease it out. I promise you by the time you get through with that, you say, what is this? What's the problem? Have you had people that come back and say, so what's the problem? You know you have to take it back into your head and change your perception about it. But let's look at some of these most common stress inducers. Anxiety. Anxiety is based on uncertainty about the future. Most of you suffer anxiety right now because why? Of course, we don't know where things are going. You are under a leadership that don't even have direction, right? In America, we're going through anxiety. Election is in November. How do we know who's going to be our president? People are going around passing laws based on their PMS and their emotions. Some will get up in the morning, just want to do this stuff. We suffer anxiety. Well, right now, the world is turning to all this, LBDG, whatever it is they want to do. So we have this anxiety. You don't know where to put your leg. You can't even talk freely because the anxiety is there. So now, this uncertainty about the future is creating anxiety. Some people are anxious and some people are worried about what will happen to them because they feel they are not in control of their life at any particular situation. Let me give you the general answer for everything I'm talking about. Once I read what the problem is, it only has one solution. I'm sorry, one solution. Release your control. Whether you worry today or tomorrow, it does not add any effect. Nothing. In short, if you like, worry from here. Go write a letter to the governor, president. It does not add any effect. Once you come to peace with that, you can take care of a lot of things. So everything I'm reading has only one answer. You don't have any control. Only one person, God. Is the only person. Once you release that control and manage yourself and your thinking, you'll be good. You go through the stress, it's going to be there, but you're going to come out of it. Does that make sense? I just want to make sure we are on the same page, before you go back and say, I have anxiety, I'm going to hold on to it. Dr. Hope said that for us, anxiety is part of stress. Yes, but release it. Dump it as much as you grabbed it. Fear. Many people live in fear because of the distressing events and trends that are occurring in the world today. They may experience restlessness, panic attacks, and even anguish for fear of what might happen to them, their family members, their jobs, their businesses, or other thing that concerns them. Again, whether you fear from now to tomorrow, it does not solve the problem. So you need to release it. The next stress inducer is unrealistic expectations. Oh my God, I love this one. Unrealistic. Unrealistic. That means it's not real. You made it up. You know you cannot do it. You know it's not in your reach. You know. But you still want to try and worry yourself about it. There are many negative circumstances in your life that you can change for better. You can do something about it and change it. And you should take actions to remedy them. However, if you can't change your circumstances, but you can still keep yourself intact, then you can eliminate certain stress. But if you try to force to change a circumstance that you cannot change, you are opening the doors to stress. Any circumstances that is beyond your control, you go and carry yourself. Just like I keep telling you guys, somebody is on their own winning. It's not your control. You go and kneel down every night, praying for thunder to fire that person that did not do anything to you. And when that thunder turn around and come to you, you start saying that someone have done you a witch. But every night you're praying, and your prayer point is for somebody's downfall. And you know that God have to see that person worthy. You know God saw that person worthy. Or God has to see that that person have done something to even allow that to happen. Some of you have prayed from now you fasted, you have prayed for somebody not to win. It's not happening. And you still pray. Some of you go to sleep every day with somebody in your mind that does not belong there. So for you to empty your mind, be like me, watch TV, meditate. There's this song that I listen to, I go to sleep with it. Release people. Release them off your head. Because you holding on to it will not do anything. Those are unrealistic expectations. They will not do anything to that person. Learn to release people. The next one is excessive responsibilities. This one used to be me. I'm a work in progress. Everything I'm sharing with you is what I'm trying to let you know. Whenever you are not willing to either give up excessive responsibility or delegate them to others, this can produce chronic stress in your house. You guys know what chronic stress is? It's not stress that's not going to go away, continuously hammering you until you do something about it. That means it has become part of your life. It's going to produce chronic stress. There are times when carrying excess responsibility can't be helped, especially during certain season of your life. However, overcommitment is often the result of making a poor decision or an inability to say no when people ask you to do something. My people, no is a complete sentence. When you say no, you don't need to explain no because no. No is no. You don't need any other explanation. Can you do this for me? No. You just turn around and start playing with your phone. Can you go and eat? No. You go. Can I have money? No. You start not no. No, I have bills to pay. You don't need any of those. No. No is a complete statement, and it can stand on its own. It can quantify anything. It can describe anything. 2 words is enough to complete a sentence, stop a discussion, end an argument, end any expectations on you. Learn how to use it. No. You are going to break down. Delegate. You get up in the morning. Delegating does not mean you don't know. Most people don't delegate because they want their hands in everything. That's the story I'm going to come to. Delegate. If you see, right now, I delegated everything in my life. Anybody that wants to carry it. And when last time my mom used to stay with me, and you see people think mom staying with you, it's an award. And they jumping up and down, jumping up, carry. So you can have peace. I get up in the morning, something I need to do about job. I call you, go get it done. I don't need any of that. Delegate, people are there to do something. When you try your best, you let it go. I used to carry my family, not my immediate family, extended. It was weighing me down. I find myself so stressed that nobody understands. I enrolled, I have an automatic membership for massage. They charge my credit card every month. So I can go. I'm spending more money. Exercising, rolling gym. Just to get rid of what people have entrusted in me. It's expensive to manage. So when it's too excessive, let it go. Let it go. Make sure you're sharing this for someone that needs it. It's very good today. Share this for people to watch it. So excessive responsibility is a stress inducer. Next one is family issues. Oh my God. Family relationship can be a major source of stress if you allow it. Remember what I said in the beginning? Everything I'm saying depends on you. How you take it in and how you allow it. Husbands and wives often need to navigate difficult situations and organize multiple activities within their household, especially if they have children. How are you going to carry your family responsibilities and top it and not be under stress? And they're pesting you. They're pesting you. They're pesting you. You haven't even lived your life to the fullest. Now, everything you own is a community property. Everything, people are entitled to you. Everything you want to do, people are entitled. If you're not disciplined, you will never save or have your own happiness. If you're not disciplined, remember I said no is a complete sentence. Where you want to practice that no is doing family issues. No. Keep going. You don't need any further sentence or any further explanation after no. Just say no and move on. Excessive responsibilities is a stress inducer. They may battle over who is in charge of decision making. That is something that's happening about right now. They argue about who is doing more. Who is in charge of making decisions? Make your own decision. If you make for the whole family, make sure you can carry it to your head. This family issue is coupled with these excessive responsibilities. Let them carry. There's no award. Let them carry. And release yourself from it. It's a battle. Hi, thank you, honey, for 50 stars. I appreciate you. It's a battle. That is a stress inducer. Work pressure. This is one I've been suffering. Been suffering this one, I would say since March. I think it got tense on March. But I have developed a strategy to handle it. That's what I'm talking about. That's why it's a topic. Everything I'm talking to you about, I have gone through. See, this excessive responsibility, I had it. Like I told you guys, 2024 is different for me. I'm releasing everything. See, these family issues. I have come to, I know I don't have family like everybody. Right now, I have come to conclusion that family is not for everybody. You make peace with it so you can release yourself. Because you see, that's why I tell you guys, stop comparing. Because you see, Okeke family are always together. There's like sitters and everything. You go and be stressing yourself with your own family that you know you don't even have that kind of connection right from birth. It's in adulthood. You want to come and start. To start saying family is everything. It's not for everybody. There are people that friends, other relationship are more important than their family. Make peace with this so you can stop stressing yourself up. Once you come to this and hold on to it, you see how your life will be so free. Everybody is not the same. So you see these stress inducers, family issues and work pressure and family relationship is what I've seen people carry. That's why I say it's self-inflicted. That means you purposely start holding on to it, carry it in your head, because you're trying to build like Okeke family. You're trying to build like Okafor family. You want your own. Me, as Obika family, I can tell you what it is. Someone can be telling you a story. That's their own issue. But the reality still stands. That my family is not like every family. Because when you go through problem, that's when you understand. So why would I be stressing myself out for that? That's a stress inducer. You can handle it and take care of it. You're expected to take care of that. Ezim, how are you? Good morning, darling. Work pressure. In the business world, it's often said that time is money. We talked about money yesterday. This outlook can lead employees to a place under heavy work demands, causing them to live in continuous stress. Additionally, in today's society, making money and spending money on consumer products and services often seem like it's a higher priority. Perhaps when you go deeper and deeper in debt, because you are purchasing items you cannot afford, to pay them off, then you have to work more hours. I talked about this yesterday. The kind of stress from work is not only because your employees, your supervisor say, I don't like my supervisor. Oh my God, I don't like her. Every time I come in, they're saying, where have you been? Why are you going to work late? The work pay you. Or you come to work, you want to leave. I have to go do this. I have to do this. And when your supervisor start reacting, you start saying, I'm just stressed. You created your own stress. There is a policy. There's a process. The other day I was talking to somebody who was saying something about their job, and then my friend kept asking her, you have a policy? What's the policy? What did the policy say? And I just like the way she was asking the question, because people don't think about it. So when somebody is doing something to you, what are you doing that creates it? So you create all those negative energy around your job. And you say you're stressed. Why are you stressed? You're causing it. Another one I'm working on, this is sufficient sleep. I know about that one. Probably what's causing this my in and out of cold. Today I have flu, then I have to see. I woke up this morning, my voice was just boom, gone. You know? It's like, that's why I told you, I'm trying to teach you guys how to cope with it. As much as I need to take care of it and eliminate it. You have to do something about that. So research indicates that 35% of Americans don't get the recommended 7 hours of sleep each night. Okay. And then 3/4 of those who suffer from depression and suffer from lack of sleep, they're under a lot of stress. The CDC, Center of Disease Control and Prevention, reports that lack of sleep has been linked to heart disease, obesity, diabetic, depression, and anxiety, not to mention safety issues like drowsiness while driving or injuries. Get your sleep. Get your sleep. Another thing that I learned, sometimes you lay down, you don't want to sleep, close your eyes, because your eyeballs are resting. You know, you're on a resting stage. That's probably what helps me sometimes. Another thing that causes stress is financial shortfalls and crisis. We talked about it yesterday. Go listen to my video from yesterday when I gave some tips on how you need to deviate yourself. And I tell people, I say, downgrade if you have to. Whatever life you're living right now, you feel like you're struggling, downgrade. Quit it. Return the car. Move out of the apartment. Go and find a bungalow, 1 bedroom. Check out. Stop going to lunch every day when people don't want to go to lunch. Stop living the life you cannot afford. Stop hoping on what's coming. Or you put your energy on people's money. My auntie, if my auntie can just give me 100,000, I'll be okay. If my auntie can just give me 5K, I'll be fine. It's not your money. You start driving yourself crazy. That's what leads to spiritual stress. See, this spiritual stress is that somebody is busy enjoying their money. And you have already counted how they are making the money, and they make it for both of you. And the person doesn't give you. You will start, and you will get angry. You get depressed. You will start talking about them, gossiping. That is spiritual. That's Obanje that is worrying you. Obanje jiggy very well. You just find a cure. When you do that, you will alleviate yourself a lot of stress. And then so when you receive it, you will have joy. You know, joy comes when you receive something you're not expecting. When you carry your mind and put on somebody's stuff, and then they give you, this one, is that it? Somebody told me they gave somebody money. One of my family members, which I told him not to do that, he did it. You try, Sha. You try. Expectation. That keeps them in bondage. Hope has learned a lot, so Hope is very smarter now. Very smarter now. I'm not done with smartness, so but I think I've gained some smartness. And I've seen how my stress level has really reduced. Because sometimes we struggle too much for nonsense. You struggle. You are packing things in your head. Illness in the family can be a struggle in this induce a situation that have no hope at all, can induce stress. Hope in the midst of stress can help you get out of everything. When you realize what you have control over, they can begin to do something about that. 2 stories I'm gonna tell. Now let me tell you something. When you're getting older, that's another way you can relieve yourself stress. Come to a conclusion. There are certain things you cannot do. Period. It's like, you know, like when I did something when I was in my 20s, I did something in my 30s, in my 40s, I'm in my 50s now, and I'm struggling to compete, to do something that requires some certain physical energy or strength with someone. You are causing yourself stress. And you are in a job. There's a time you get to, you delegate, so you can be stress-free. And the other stress you're causing yourself, see, family, you have Ada. And you go position yourself to be in connection with that Ada, you're causing yourself stress. Or you see somebody that God has blessed, that obviously you know there's something, a higher authority working for them, and you want to stop them. You are creating stress for yourself. You cannot. You have to make peace with yourself to know what ability you have. And you begin, there's always something out there to assist you if you allow it. Any shortfall you have, God has already positioned someone to help you. But we as human beings, we are stubborn. I don't know at all. We are stubborn. So we want to keep driving and creating anxiety around you. People around you will just be careful, walking on eggshell. So you watch yourself. Stop struggling. Stop struggling. Ask yourself, how is that working for you? Really? Stop struggling. There's no gain in it. So you can enjoy this life. You can enjoy your life even when you're under stress. Because every stress is not just something negative. The only reason why stress is negative is because you are creating that negative energy and emotions around it. Some stress is necessary. You know, you have to go through whenever you're going through something. Just like when you're exercising, haven't exercised before. The next day, you're going to feel it. But you have stressed your muscles. And they're going to be in pain. So some stress is necessary. And things that you don't have any control over, leave it alone. You can talk about Nigerian economy from now to tomorrow. It doesn't do anything. Most of you going around typing on everybody's comment section, begging for money. Gary is now 200 naira. I need money. I'll feed my children. You are creating anxiety for yourself. There's something you cannot do anything about. Leave it alone. Find out what you can control. I can guarantee you that the only thing you can control is yourself. 100%, only you. You can control zero outside of you. Zero. There's nothing outside of you can control. You might think you can control it. That's why you suffer anxiety. Because when they begin to grow out of you, you start forcing to keep it. That's why you see people when they hold on to something, they create this drama around it. Because they want to dramatize it that they're the only one that have done it. Everything that is happening to you that you're involved in, somebody have done it much better and survived it. Make peace with that. You are not the smartest in the room. You are not the prettiest in the room. You are not the everyone wants to notice me. There are people that if they don't put themselves in a discussion you haven't started, remove yourself. Be quiet for a while. Be still. You don't have to say anything. Every discussion doesn't have to end with you. When you release yourself with all that, you can begin to manage your stress so you can live a stress-free life. It's very possible. Somebody wear cloth and pass you, you will start commenting about it. It's not, you cannot change the cloth they put on. It's like they've already worn it. You're talking. It doesn't add any value. And talking, sometimes you expose yourself. People start looking at you. I shared information with people yesterday about branding. When you have a brand that represents nothing but greatness, perfection, positive energy. I'm not perfect, but your brand represents it. Your life should follow through. When people see you, meet you, they know exactly what you're capable of. But most of us are so inconsistent. Tomorrow you're here, next day you're here. Just like someone was asking me the other day, they saw something, they said, these people, and it was not just last year they are quarreling. I said, leave them alone. That's just people try to convince themselves of something that is out of reality. You know what your reality is. Why are you imposing something else that is not? You know what it is. Why are you imposing it? Take care of yourself. You cannot control anything but you. Get that into your head so it can help you manage your stress. It can help you manage yourself. Life is very beautiful. The good news about this life is that no matter what is going on in your world, you can still win. You can still be okay. You can be content. Whatever you have, be content. All the complaint does not put any money in your bank account. All the fighting did not make you any richer. Everything you're trying to grab did not benefit your life anyway. The question is, why are you still involved in it? And if you're one that's living a progressive life, you're radical like me for self-development, devil has been awoken. And you have to be ready and buckle up your seatbelts. Because once you start heading somewhere, they're going to, of course, wake up. They're going to try to stop you. Your job is to stay focused and continue to charge forward. Realizing that nobody has control but God. And you hold on to that. And once you hold on to that, you begin to see how your life is going to be different. Don't be moved. Everybody don't deserve your answer. Every comment does not deserve your attention. Every talk does not deserve your response. People call you. If you want to respect them, you can say, let me call you back. If not, hang the damn phone. Delete. Block. World is always too stressful. You don't want to add anything to it. So the things you can control is your emotion. How you take things, how you handle things, how people talk about you. You go home now, you cannot sleep anymore. Why? Will you stop them from talking? It will not. I mean, I know the anger is there. I know you feel bad. You don't want to be talked about, but you cannot help it. Just understand that that's part of life. And once you understand that, it will help you to deal with it. Okay? I hope you guys gain some value from this. As always, like I said, is the one. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching me, tell me where you're watching from. Don't be on my life and not say anything. Say hello, say hi. I'll take my time to give you a shout out. And if you're on my live, let me know where you're watching from. And I thank God that I'm able to come live today because I didn't think I was. I had to make myself. That helped me. So when you're feeling like you're sick, say, go ahead and do something that you enjoy. I love to come in here and talk to you guys. That's why I start feeling good already. I start feeling better already. So I love to come here and talk to you guys. It's therapeutic. It is. Seriously, no kidding. I'm not playing. It's a therapy to come and do this every day. Because the more I'm doing it, the more I'm helping myself. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Please let me know where you're watching from. Thank you for being here. Purity, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. The two sisters just jumped in. Annie of Dr. Ho, please, how old am I? Oh my God, what a name to ask a lady. Are you serious? I'm going to let you to guess on that. Dalo, Ekene, big name. Dalo, Kene Chuku. Kene Chuku, I have a cousin that's Ekene. And I've lost a lot of people in my life. I lost her at the early stage. My very close cousin, I lost. I think not only for Africa that has Obanjo. You both know they get Obanjo. They do, but they have a different name. And a jealousy person can be Obanjo, you know that, right? Those are spiritual stress. Those are something that causes, it's like a spirit that people have. I'm going to come and talk about it. I'm still trying to make sure that I get my research and get the theories behind what I'm writing correct. And I'll come and discuss that. Yes, there's spirit that people walk around with, and you have to be watch out when you meet them. I've seen most all of them. I have names attached to the people that carry their spirits. Godson, thank you as always. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Y'all let me know where you're watching from when you come in. Just say hello and share this for someone that needs it. Maria Los Angeles, why you being, Maria? Oh my God, Miss Sanchez, it's been a long time. I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? Miss Sanchez, where have you been? It's good that you joined. Thank you for joining. How'd you go, darling? How are you, sweetheart? Thank you so much. Thank you for... How'd you go? It's my personal shopping assistant. She just, if you need any food stuff, you call her, she'll deliver it. I'm going to come here one day and talk to you guys about it. I'm going to invite you to Ojigo, so be ready. We're going to go live together so we can talk about what you do and how you can help people. Because these are really, really something that you do that is great. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you for 50 stars. Thank you. I'm Felix, watching from Ghana. I have missed this show, but I really love the little. Thank you so much, Felix. I appreciate it. I want to come to Ghana, but I will let you know. I really do want to come to Ghana. I want to be announcing. I'll call it world tour. Maybe next year I'll do my world tour. Because I want to take this, my content creation around the world. So I think I'm going to visit continents, countries, hoods, and areas. That's my joy. That's what I want to do, so I can do this. Thank you, Ojugo. I hope you gain from it. Please, you guys know you cannot control stress. Just leave it alone. Azim, how are you? Azim, you're doing such a wonderful job. Keep it up, okay? You're very busy. Keep it up. Keep it up. I appreciate what you're doing. Michael Chijoke, good morning. How are you? Thank you for watching. Thank you, guys. And please, when you come in, you say hello so I can give you a shout out. Thank you so much, Ojugo. Thank you, Ojugo Gonna. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you so much. And I will talk to you guys next time when I see you. And again, love you guys and make it a beautiful night. For some that have not slept, you know, we have to go to sleep. Me, I still have a little bit to do if I go to sleep. I'm a night owl. And I'm holding up to it. But I'm going to go drink some more of my tea, lemon with honey. The one I have here is cold. So I need to go warm it and drink it. And then I can be able to now get ready for my next phase. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Don't forget to share it with someone that needs it, okay? I love you guys. Bye-bye again. Bye, guys. Bye.